and welcome back to the Owen Model Railway. In this video we'll be reviewing the Hornby 08 Shunter. This model was purchased by me last Friday for a price of £167 at my favourite model shop, Lord and Butler. A significant good bargain considering that Hornby are selling them for about £185, which is not too much, but if you can find it at a good price at other decent model shops such as Lord and Butler, I would consider it. With that said and done, it's time to take the model out of the box and show the beautiful detail up close and personal. There is the Hornby 08 Shunter up close and personal, and considering that this model was tooled in 2005, the details on this model are well represented, such as the watch stripes, the handrails are well picked out and are very beautifully detailed, the British Rail blue, and the British Railway logo is well represented, as well as the name. This one is known as Phantom. I personally seen this locomotive up close and personal at the Didcot Railway Centre, and I have enjoyed looking at this beautiful locomotive up close and personal. With that bit of knowledge, I have learned how much detail, and this model is well represented in the detail, such as in the cab, which is beautifully done. The watch stripes on the back, again, beautifully done. The details all around the body of the locomotive is exactly what would it be like in real life. As I said, I seen this locomotive up close and personal at the Didcot Railway Centre, a beautiful preserved railway which I would happily recommend anyone to visit. There's just one detail I want to show off about this locomotive, which I find quite amazing. Apologies in advance for me showing off my hand, but it has to be done. Showing off the doors, which does open, which is quite amazing for a double O gauge locomotive. The details on this locomotive are, just for the details alone, this locomotive is outstanding. As well as you can put on little extras onto the front bogie and rear bogie. With that said and done, it's time to talk about the history of the 08 Shunter. The 08 Shunter was built between 1952 and 1962 with a total of 996 locomotives built. They performed various jobs at many stations all over the country, such as shunting, freight, and worked at many places such as ironworks, coal mines, pretty much anywhere all over the country which needed a good shunting locomotive. Up until the early 90s, a lot of these locomotives was withdrawn, but there are still over 100 of these beautiful locomotives in service, with 6 converted to Class 13s and 10 were converted to Class 9s, with 82 in preservation. This locomotive, Phantom, was built in 1957 and worked at Derby until the early 60s, where it was painted from the British Rail green to a British Rail black with red buffers, which continued on until 1993, where the locomotive was withdrawn from Derby, where it was working at, with the Western Association in 2010 where the locomotive was painted green back to its British Rail green livery and continued until recently where the locomotive was transferred up to Didcot and painted back into BR blue with the name officially named Phantom in with a number of 604. The locomotive still resides at Didcot Railway, and it is a sight to behold while on static display or in motion. With that said and done, it's time to go down to the track and see what this locomotive is capable of doing. There he is, the Hornby '08 Shunter Phantom, ready to show us what he is made of. For this running session, I thought it would be most appropriate to have him transporting cars of all makes and sizes. That would show that he is a very powerful diesel and capable of hauling a good load of loads between wagons or coaches. Accompanying Phantom on its running session is a Hornby Class 29 with some Southern coaches. I thought that with these Southern coaches that they would complement the Class 29 perfectly. And finally, our other locomotive joining us is the Lima Class 47 with some mineral wagons. With that said and done, it's time to take these locomotives and let them show us what they are made of. Well, that was a truly fun and spectacular running session. I would heavily recommend anyone who is interested in the Class 08 shunter to purchase the Hornby Class 08. Why? The details are truly spectacular, with a little feature of opening doors is a little bit of a fun amusement, and the detailing is truly spectacular. A heavily recommended locomotive and worth to have on any railway. That concludes my review of the Hornby 08 shunter. If you liked the video, please like, share and subscribe to the Lone Ranger Motoring channel. With all that said and done, see you next time.